My name is Joshua Garrett, and today I'm going to go over some stuff about polishing your car. No way is this a definitive guide of this is how you polish a car. This is more of the hobby man style of polishing a car. First step, go to Harbor Freight. Keep your eye out on, they've probably got 6 or 7 different ones there. Make sure it's variable speeds. You don't want to be trying to run a polish at 3,000 RPMs. The results probably will not turn out very well. You got your machine figured out, or exactly how you're going to do it. So what else do you need? A million of these. They're microfiber cloths. Well, for rubbing compound, I'm using Turtle Wax rubbing compound. Polishing compound, I'm using the same brand. In this case, the Renew RX polishing compound. Works great. And for a wax, I'm using hard shell. Next thing you're going to need are pads. There's 50 million different pads out there. Each brand has different coloring, so don't be like, oh, this guy said to buy this red pad, and this gray pad, and this orange pad. No, because if you bought a different brand, they might be doing different things. In this case, Master Grade, which is like, or Master Pro, which is like the O'Reilly's paint supply supplier, I guess you could call it. They have the hook and loop backing. In this case, I'll be using a white cutting pad and a blue polishing pad. First things first, get your pad on there. You just slap and it's stuck on there. You can see it's held on pretty well. Just get it up on there. When you go to do any kind of polishing, grab that cord, keep it over your shoulder. Basically all you're doing is you're just making sure you're not banging it out against the car. And when you go to spread everything out, you're going to be running on like setting 1 or even lower. Put the pad down, click it on, hold it on, spread everything out, and then what you're going to do is you're going to stop. Don't lift up the pad when you stop. Just pull all the pressure off of it, let it stop on its own. You're going to be slinging enough polish everywhere. You don't want to sling anymore by like lifting it up and it flying all over your garage. You'll crank it up. Personal preference is kind of yes, nay. The chemical or the compound should tell you what you should be running. This one doesn't have a digital, but you can kind of guess. Like, it starts out at 200, ends at 33, so somewhere around in the middle or lower middle is going to be the 1500 to 2000, what you're going to be running at. If you go over and it doesn't do much, speed it up a little bit, keep speeding it up, go over it a couple times, see what it does, find the happy medium. Go ahead and you're going to be working in back and forth motions with about 80 to 50% overlap. And you go back and forth this way, come up and down, back and forth, until you start to see the polish or the cutting compound start to clear up. Once it starts to clear up, that lets you know it's done all it's going to do, it's done its job. You need to go ahead, stop what you're doing, wipe it off, check it out. You see here, I got 5 little drops there. I got it set as low as it'll go. Cord over my shoulder, I'm just going to kind of place this around. I got it on lowest setting and I'm going to smooth it out. Go ahead and crank the bit up. Alright, let's wipe it off, see what it looks like. So you're done cutting the panel. Now it's time to actually polish it. I'll grab my blue foam, slap it on there, get a good polishing compound, make a mess. But again, I just put basically 5 drops on it. Low RPM, just like normal, just to smooth it out. Alright. What I'm doing here is I put a tape line, and this over is going to be polished, this over will not. Just to show you you can see from the light shine how bad all those scratches are, and that runs, see if I can catch it, yeah, that runs all the way across. Looks like somebody got into a fight with the back bumper. Okay, here we go. I mean, look at that. If you look at the bar, garage door bar, that is a million times better, and that's just with the cutting. I haven't even polished it yet. There's one little light scratch right there. I will be wet sanding to get out. Alright, your job with the rubbing compound, the cutting pad, the polishing pad, and the polish are done. You've covered the whole car and you've made a mess. There's probably speckles, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, just little bits of polish that have flung up in the air and landed on the car. They're probably going to be on the car where you already polished. It's fine. Just wipe them off. Make sure you're using brand new microfiber cloths and not the cheap cruddy kind. Get some decent ones. This area is all nice and clean, so I'll go ahead and apply some wax. Now you can see I've used this before, not a whole lot. You want to make sure your pad's a little moist. You don't want to rub a dry pad on the car. Just grab a little bit of it. What you're doing is you're applying a little bit of pressure, but not a whole lot, and working in a circular motion. I do have about a 50% overlap on this. Alright, now while that's drying, this is now dry. I'll go ahead and wipe this off. I'll do the same circular motion, a couple pounds of pressure. This is a brand new, nice and clean cloth. Anytime you start to feel any kind of drag on it, it's time to flip the cloth. That means you got too much wax in the cloth. Wipe it down. And there you have it. Probably the best your paint's ever gonna get.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.